Hey, it's Shenandoah, and I'm here to tell you the story of how my lying, cheating ex-boyfriend helped me get the car of my dreams. So here's a picture of me. I plugged it into ChatGPT a year ago and said, put me in a red convertible. And then I printed this out and hung it on my vision board right above my bed. And every day I'd look at it and think, oh God, I'm going to get me one of them cars. And I didn't do much other than think about it right hard. And one day I started dating this mechanic like maybe 7 months ago. And I said, hey, if you run across any Miatas for cheap, I'd love to get one. And he was like, well, why don't you get a Honda? They're a good car. I'm like, I don't want a Honda. I've paid my dues. I had the mom car. I've had the Volvo. Kids in college. This is what I want. And he was like, how about an Audi? And I was like, you just told me last week somebody paid $900 for brake pads because the parts are so high on them. Oh, yeah, well, I can work on it. I don't want that, but thank you. Anyway, so one morning, we're laying in bed. His alarm goes off 6:30 a.m. He goes to the bathroom. Something told me to roll over. Now, I've dated this man 7 months and trusted him implicitly, but my gut said, girl, roll over and look at that phone, because he had just gone off with a text message. So I roll over and I pick it up, and there was heart eye emojis and hearts, and it said, good morning, handsome, from a number that wasn't saved. So I said, hey, what's this? Oh, that's my cousin. Okay, interesting. So I'll start scrolling. And there's pictures of her naked legs and selfies, and apparently they text all day, every day. He was sending me pictures of engines that he would send to her, and then he would send me pictures of the engines, like any woman effing cares. But you know, I'm the sportive girlfriend, like, ooh, good for you, engines. Anyway, he was like, well, can I have your keys? I'm like, for what? And he was like, you have an appointment today because your car inspected, remember? And I'm like, all right, fine, whatever. So he takes my truck, and we don't talk all day. And this man I chat with all day, every day. And I was mad. So I'm not in the mood to talk to you right now. Anyway, so near the end of the day, I was like, well, I'm going to text him and ask him if he can get me a price on my mirror for the truck, because I had hit a pole the week before and scratched the side and busted the mirror, and I wanted to replace it. He texts me back, you got bigger problems than a mirror. And I'm like, what? And he said, yeah, you're going to need a new motor. And I'm like, the hell's wrong with that truck? It's got 150,000 miles. There's nothing wrong with it. And he was like, yeah, and probably a transmission. I already looked up the price for the motor, and it's going to be $5,500 with a $2,000 core, but I'll put it in for free. And I'm like, what? What? You know, what the hell? Anyway, so he comes home. He tells me again about my truck, and I'm really upset. And I'm like, well, what if I just trade it in? No, you're going to owe too much on the truck, and they're going to rip you off, blah, blah, blah. So I'm already mad, and now I'm mad about my truck. So I'm like, okay, so let's talk about this cousin. Well, that's just the way she is. She just likes to send those pictures. And I said, well, how would you feel if a man was sending me good morning texts and pictures of himself? Well, you know, that's just how she is. And I was like, there is never a history of ever that I would send any body part picture to anyone in my family. Like, creepy. Like, is your freaking family tree just like a wreath? You know, are you from West Virginia? Anyway, he says, well, I'm mad at you because you don't trust me. And I'm like, you know what? No, I don't. So I threw his key on the counter, took my clothes out the closet, and drove home. And the next day, I called the insurance company, told them, hey, I hit a pole, I need a new mirror. Mirror was $1,500. My deductible was $5. They painted the side of my truck, gave me a new mirror. Then I drove it to the Ford dealership, and I said, hey, can you take a look at this? Tell me if there's anything wrong. Change my oil while you're at it. And they did, and they were like, no, your truck's perfect. Why? And I was like, oh, somebody told me my motor was bad. And he was like, oh, well, it's not. It's fine. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Well, while I'm here, do you happen to have a red Mazda Miata? Hardtop, mind you. He said, yeah, we do. And I said, would you give me an offer on my pickup truck and tell me what you want for the Mazda? They gave me 15 grand for my truck with nothing wrong with the motor. I traded it in. I bought the car of my dreams. And as I'm driving home, I'm thinking, why would this man lie about my motor? Like, doesn't make any sense. And then it occurred to me, if I had to pay all that money to put this motor in, I would need him. Because if I took it to a shop, like if, you know, realistically you needed to get a motor put in, you're going to be paying, you know, customer price, install, all that. So I'm putting $5,500 into a truck I still owe on. and then getting my mechanic boyfriend to put it in for free, I need him. And I would probably just overlook the whole cheating thing because, you know, it's technically not cheating if you're just receiving naked pictures from your family members, you know. Isn't that how that works? No, I got enough self-esteem that I'm not going to hang around with some man with a hairline like a cul-de-sac and false teeth. So I left. I have my new car. It is amazing. And I realized that the universe was preparing me because I would have never gotten what I wanted had I kept the shit that I didn't need in my life. The man of my dreams is out there. I got the car of my dreams. I have Kevin. Kevin's amazing. I love you, Kevin. So what do you got in your life that's holding you back? What kind of crap is sitting around your yard? Is it a cluttered counter? Is it a dusty ass man you need to get rid of? Just pay attention and make room in your life for the good things. Do not tolerate less than you deserve. Do not put up with people that are going to disrespect you. Get rid of the crap you don't need and get what you want. You deserve it. You've got this. And if I can do it, and I'm telling you, 10 years ago, I'm digging out of the dumpster to feed my kid, and now I'm dropping cash on a convertible because I want one, you can do it. I'm Shenandoah. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking around. And if you want to see more stories and utter nonsense, please go to my website. It's shenandoah.com. And don't forget, it's misspelled Shannon, DOA. Thanks, guys.